I want to plant a question in your mind. What would business, what would society, what would jobs, what could it look like if we made changes based on female needs and the female cycle? Hey, my name is Darz. Welcome here on the channel. We learn, we grow, we expand the comfort zone, and try to work towards a version of life that we enjoy, that we're content with, that we're having fun with, enjoying, I guess. I just said enjoy, but yeah, have fun and enjoy. So I was listening to a podcast today while I was working on a graphic design. A lot of times when I'm designing, I like to listen to something, if I'm not having to focus my brain power on writing words or coming up with how to say things, then I can use it to just listen, right? So I was listening to Sorella Moore. I'll link the podcast below. She had said something about how she became a millionaire before she reached 30 years old. And she said she had heard other people talk about how the world is built for men, all this stuff, and caters to men. And she's like, that can't be true because I am successful and I'm a woman. And then as she started to break it down or started to see things, she's like, oh, actually, yeah, that's kind of true. And so it just made me wonder. So I'm sure there are people out there doing this. I'm sure there are companies out there doing this. I'm sure there is certain ways that people do cater to women and are flexible with women's schedules and cycles and different things. If you know of anybody doing things like this, comment down below. I'm super interested. I don't necessarily have anything against, I'm not trying to make this political or anything. I just literally started thinking about the possibility of what if we had 3-week work months? Or what if on your lower energy part of your cycle, you worked a little less hours? Or maybe, I try to also implement this in ways when I notice myself lower energy, I'll try to do tasks that fit with that energy better. And when I obviously have more energy, I'm able to just pound out a bunch more stuff. But I'm like, what would that even look like? What could that possibly be? How could it be different? There must be some completely new, different way that we would do things if we catered more to women and women's strengths and needs and regular flow. I don't really know. I think I'm about to jump on ChatGPT and ask it a bunch of stuff. But yeah, that was just my thought of the day, my questioning, my wondering of the day. I, for one, I am very hard on myself when I don't feel super productive at work, when I feel like I have to constantly be dragging myself back to what I'm focused on or what I'm, what's in front of me. And it feels really hard sometimes to finish a task that on another day of the month, it might be super fast and easy and just really effortless. So I'm really hard on myself about that. I really don't like it. And if anybody at work watches this video, I'm like, well, hopefully they don't think anything worse of me. But also, speaking of, I just remembered another thing that I was talking to somebody about recently. And that is, if you think about way back in the day, men had to generally do the hard, dangerous work that they could potentially be killed doing. So I don't know, building walls where potentially a brick could fall and hit you in the head or, and so men tend to be very focused on one task at a time. But then women, we have to think about the present, the future, the past, the people around us, emotional things, spiritual things, physical things. What are all the other? There's so many different levels and dimensions and areas and fields that we think about at a time. We're so much more multi-dimensional. Men have boxes or doors in their brains, and if they open one box, they shut the other box. There's one open at a time. Women, or sometimes there's none open. Whereas women, we don't even have boxes. We don't even have doors. We don't even have, it's just everything everywhere all at once. And so men bring a certain intelligence and perspective to the table, and women bring a different intelligence and perspective to the table. And so it's really great how in the workplace now we work together as teams and integrate men and women doing the same types of things so that we can bring different sides and make newer, more creative things come to life, right? But anyways, super interesting to think about. Let me know your thoughts on this. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.